And we are live 1 minute early, even. Damn, I'm good. How's it going, guys? We got a person or two in here. Hello, how's it going? Sunday night. Beautiful weather out here in Nebraska. Finally. Although we do have a lot of flooding and stuff in the fields and in some of the parks and things like that. But other than that, we've had really nice weather, just a lot of rain at night for some reason. So, hey, what's going on, Tail Happy Productions? How you doing? Just doing the usual Sunday night thing here. Trying to stay awake. I'm a little tired. How's it going for you, Tail Happy? We got 3 people. Cool. How's everyone doing? I've had my weekend's been kind of a blur. I had trouble sleeping Friday night because the storms kept me up all night. You tried the tire shine? Good. I think it's great stuff. I love the way that it goes on. It doesn't sling around. It's not greasy, and I really do like it. I think it works really well, and you can be pretty precise where it sprays too. Instead of some of the pump sprays, it kind of has a mind of its own where it wants to go. I love the way it sprays, and it does last a long time, and it looks good to me. So I see no reason to change to anything else. So far, it's best I've tried. Good to hear that you love it. That's nice. I used some yesterday, as a matter of fact, although the car got dirty again, but the tires still look good. Usually happy with most of their products. They do a good job with their products. So there was a whole bunch of car shows this weekend. I didn't go to any of them. There was a couple, one in the one I planned on going to was in Belleville, Kansas, which is a pretty good show usually, but I missed it. And then there was another one in Ashland, Nebraska, and another one, I forget where the other one was, somewhere else up north of here in Nebraska, that a friend of mine was actually at. He had some photos on Facebook and stuff, but I didn't get to go to any of them. I worked till noon on Saturday, so by the time I get off there, get home and get my together and get out of here for anything, and then you got an hour or two drive to these shows, and some of them longer. You do the math there. By the time you get there, it's late afternoon and kind of winding down. So not sure how many I'll be getting to. So Danette Sunby, hey, hello, thanks for coming in. Hey, Joey, how are you doing? How do the yellow splitter guards come off? Any tools needed now? Just actually, I think there's like a big plastic screw, so you need either a really big screwdriver or I think I used a quarter or something. It's just like a plastic screw. And then I think there's a little pin or something that you have to pull out. I can't remember. It was pretty easy. Just Dave, did you get some Father's Day tacos? Yes, I did. I'm still kind of uncomfortable because I ate too much. So, yes, I had Father's Day tacos today. Of course. Gabby Salmon, you like the Toro Tire AZ850? I have not personally tried it, but everyone says good things about that tire, so especially for the price. So, Gabby, I think it sounds like it's a pretty good deal for that tire, and everyone seems to like it. So, you hear a lot of good things about it. That seems to be the go-to tire if you don't want to spend, $300 a tire or something. So, yeah, I ate tacos and made some guacamole, and it was pretty good. Good dinner. I heard from 2 of my kids today. I hadn't heard from my son. He's in the Army. So speaking of that, where's my phone? I hadn't heard from him yet, but he may be busy. So, or he just forgot about me. Just Dave, you just tried some burgers and brats. Yeah, I had brats yesterday or Friday, I guess it was. Yeah. 5 hours ago, you're still struggling. Yeah, I overdid it a little bit. Tomorrow I go back on my 22-hour-a-day fasting thing. So I partied a little bit today and ate a little too much. Tail Happy has the Arturo tires, and they're grippy and quiet. So yeah, see, you never hear too much bad about those things. Everyone seems to like them. The only time you hear someone say something bad about their Arturos is when they don't have them and they have really expensive tires, and they'll say things like, "Well, you get what you pay for," and blah blah blah. But they don't have them on their car, so they really should. I don't try to talk about things that if I don't haven't to personally use it. So then, as far as the Arturo goes, I'll just talk about what I hear other people say, and it's like 99% good. So. Yes, American way. Stuff ourselves, be miserable, and then try to make up for it during the week by not eating so much. I was doing really good too. This weekend I pretty much killed my diet, but Monday through Friday it's real easy because I'm at work, I'm busy, got food's not on my mind. I don't really care. Go home, eat dinner, and then forget about it till the next day at dinner time. But when you're home all weekend and there's stuff going on, and like you say, special occasions and holidays and stuff like that, it's hard to. It's usually just the attitude is like, oh, what the hell? Let's just go for it. So that's what I did. So there is ice cream in the freezer, which I have not touched. And I don't think I will because it's getting too late now. So, and like I said, I'm already kind of miserable. So if I eat some ice cream, I'm going to be really miserable. And we don't want to do that. I need to get sleep tonight. So I don't want to lay in bed tossing and turning because I ate too much. Hopefully by the time I get off of here with you guys tonight, I'll be not quite as miserable. Ready for some sleep. Becky, hello. Becky is here. Hello, how's it going? Good to see you back in the live stream. Thanks for coming once again. I always appreciate it. Getting a little crowd going here. We got 8 people. Cool. Nice, nice. Stephen T, hello, what's up? How's it going, Stephen T? Anybody hit any car shows or do anything car stuff this weekend? Anything interesting? Like I said, there was about 3 car shows I knew about. I didn't make it to any of them, but I definitely want to try to get to a couple. Not sure whether I'll videotape them and make videos out of them or not. We talked about that before. It's kind of hard, and they never do that well views wise. Nobody seems to care a whole lot about those videos. So, but I do want to get to. I like to go. It's always fun, relaxing, just kind of walk around, check out other people's cars. It's pretty cool. I like doing that. So, at least a couple times every summer, anyway. Last couple summers, I went a whole bunch because I was trying to do videos of it all. But so we had nighttime rain, but on Friday night we had a really bad storm. It went on for hours and hours and hours. We got a lot of flooding out in the fields and stuff now. And a couple of the highways around here are closed. You can't get, there's where they go down the low spots, they're covered in water. So we've been getting a lot of rain. The daytimes have been nice, but the night times are raining and raining and raining. So, which is not helped my sleep. I have a hard time sleeping when there's lightning striking and all that stuff. And the other night it was real close by. The whole house was shaking and I had a hell of a time sleeping. I kept waking up and cussing at the weather. Blankety blank, lightning, wish it would blankety stop so I could blankety get some sleep. But yeah, it's, the Mother Nature's going to do what she's going to do. Not much you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. So it's either, it seems like it's either drought or too much rain. There's always something to complain about. I know the farmers around here, I think they're about a month behind just because of all the rain we've gotten over the last few, like 6 weeks or so. They're a little behind on everything. So, yeah, feast or famine. I know there's been a lot of stuff online lately around here in the newspapers and other things, just kind of like if you're out on the highway and the farmers are kind of in your way, let them, don't get frustrated because they're a month behind. They're trying to make money. So I keep that in mind. And they drive their tractors and stuff down the highway, and it can be a little bit, they go a little slow, obviously. So it can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. But on the other hand, they keep the economy going around here. So take a deep breath and relax and let them go. And Danette, somebody says local cruise. You got the best new Challenger, and that you were the only red eye there. There was 2 Hellcats and 1 Scat Pack. Cool. So you got the best new Challenger. Sweet. Awesome. Great. Very cool. Very cool. There was a cruise night at that Belleville, Kansas car show Saturday. There was a cruise night on Friday. And I kind of kicked around the idea of trying to hustle down there after work, but I didn't do it. It's about an hour down there and an hour back, and tired. Had to work Saturday morning and all that stuff. So kind of ended up not doing anything this weekend except for a couple videos, and I cleaned up the car a little bit and slept and watched some movies and stuff like that. But Becky Ware says they had some bad storms this week, and you're going to throw your body over your car to protect her from the hail. That's right. You don't have anywhere to put your car, do you? Oh, man, I'd go crazy. Dominic, hello. Welcome on. What's going on? How's it going, Dominic? Good to see you back. Stephen T says you should get the Dodge Demon. Yeah, well, I wish. Actually, if I had the money, I'd buy a Hellcat Red Eye over the Demon, but it's more my style, more what I'd be looking for. So, but the Demon's beautiful, awesome vehicle. So, yeah. Actually, I shouldn't say if I had the money. If I wanted to spend that much, if I could spend that much money right now, I should say I could, but it would be a little bit of a strain. We're living in a good time. There's a lot of cool cars out there, not just Dodges, but there's all kinds of awesome cars out right now. So pretty cool. Jean Paul, hello. How's it going? Thanks for the Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody who's a father, of course. Pretty good weekend. Like I just telling everybody, I didn't do a whole lot, but worked half the day yesterday, and then pretty much just been kicking back. Made a couple videos and ate too much. My Father's Day meal, I chose tacos and guacamole and dip and stuff like that, and I just overdid it. So I'm a little bit miserable at the moment, but I'll feel better here in a little while. Back on the strict diet tomorrow. Today was a holiday, so I kind of said whatever, do whatever I want. So. Yeah, Dominic, I kind of think so too. You know, you said that you saw the video and leaving those splitter guards on will do more harm than good. I agree, because you're going to get, like I said in the video, you're going to get a bunch of stuff underneath there, and it's going to just be like sandpaper under there. So don't want to do that. It's going to, and when you take them off someday or whatever, you're going to see right where they were. So if I remember correctly, now I said in the video too, I looked up how much those new splitters cost. They're not super expensive. So if you scratch them up, usually it's just on the bottom anyway, and you really can't notice it. If you do some damage to them, and eventually maybe every couple of years or whatever you want to replace it, I don't think it's a huge expense. So Jean Paul did some drag racing on Friday. Cool. Oh, at 12. Cool. Nice. Good times. Sweet. Awesome, man. 12.01 at 117.6. Cool. Supercharged 5.7. Nice. Awesome. That's very cool. I love hearing that kind of stuff. That's exciting, man. Cool. Gotta love that. I bet that was fun too. I always like hearing people's times and racing stories and all that. That's always interesting stuff, and yeah, it's kind of exciting to hear it and think about it, and especially like when people put up videos too. That's really cool. But when we're in here talking, usually every week there's somebody's been out drag racing or something. They got some some times to give. That's always a good time. It's always cool to hear. There's so many birds outside my window. They're just going crazy. They're chirping and going wild out there. Hope there's not a storm coming or something. I don't know. I don't think they're supposed to be. I did see some storms out in Colorado though, and they were moving this way, but it looked like it'll be tomorrow sometime if they get here. I think. I'll have to check that again before I go to bed. I'll check the radar again, but look like some pretty severe storms there in the front range of the Rockies out in Colorado. So we shall see. We usually get whatever they get. We get it a few hours or a day later. So, what's up, Rusty? How you doing? Good to see ya. We got some of the regulars back in here. Cool, man. Good to see. I gave a. Let's see. Oh, Jean Paul's telling us about his supercharger. Cool. Sweet. That sounds cool, Jean Paul. Awesome. A friend of mine today, I was taking the car to actually go to the grocery store. And a friend of mine stopped me at the corner where I was getting ready to turn and said, "Hang on a second." He introduced me to his son, who's not sure. I think he's about 12, I would guess, somewhere in there, 12, 13. His oldest son, who I think doesn't live here. He just was visiting. He said, this kid loves your car and all this stuff. And is there any way you could take him for a ride in it sometime while he's here? And I said, well, we can do it right now. So he hopped out of his dad's car, hopped in my car. We went just a few blocks, and I took him to a parking lot and did just one quick little pull. Nothing crazy. I didn't want to get in trouble or anything, but he was pretty excited, and I took him back home. So the whole thing was about 5 minutes, but he seemed to enjoy it. And his dad texted me after we got back and said, thank you. That made his whole day. So that's always cool when stuff like that happens. I really enjoyed that. I like giving people rides and people who are interested in the car. It's always fun. So it's good to see a kid that age. He's all into cars, and he loves old muscle cars and new ones too. And that was pretty cool. So I always want to encourage that, of course. If might take him for a longer ride if he's going to be around or whatever. If he wants to, we could probably do that too. So nothing too crazy with a kid in the car though. Nothing dangerous. Just to show him a little bit of the power. Yeah, he's pretty happy, and he talked about on the way back to his house. He talked a lot about Fast and Furious. He's all into that movies and stuff. So I didn't know a lot about those movies actually, but it was cool that he's into cars and stuff. So that was pretty awesome. So Jean Paul, you've had no issues with the supercharger and all that stuff being on the car, and you've had it for 3 years now. So that's good news. 3 years, that's got to call that a success then. It's very dependable, no problems with, even though you've modified it. Nice. Yeah, it is cool, Rusty. I like seeing that. It's always encouraging. He's probably into video games too, but at least they're still into cars and all that. And I know I told the story about the first day we bought the car. You're supposed to break it in and everything. And I was on the road just outside the dealership, a few blocks from the dealership, and a truck pulled up, like a kind of a farmer-looking guy in it, but he had about 3 or 4, about 12 or 13-year-old boys in the truck with him, and they were going crazy over the car. And at the light, we stopped, and they stopped next to us, and they were all yelling over how nice the car was and everything. And then the one kid said, get on it for us a little bit when the light turns green. And even though I wasn't supposed to, I was just had to. So I got on it a little bit when the light turned green, gave them a little bit of a, I mean, yeah, I didn't like leave any smoke or anything, but they were all excited. So that's always cool when stuff like that happens. I always like that. Yeah, you got to do it for the kids. What the hell? When it's adult, it's like, okay, you're gonna pay for tires, or when it's kids, it's like, yeah, I'll do it. What the hell? Like I said, I didn't smoke the tires or anything like that, but Yeah, it's hard. Well, for one thing, it's I had a 90-mile or close to 100-mile drive home on 75-mile-an-hour roads. You're not supposed to go that fast, and it's a long ride home. And going 55 or whatever it is you're supposed to go. I try to keep it 60, low 60s ish most of the way home, but yeah, I don't know how many people actually follow through completely. It's hard to do the whole break-in period, right? Becky has that right for sure. Rusty has not done a single burnout in your red eye since you got, man. I don't know if I could resist. I haven't done any really full-on burnouts. I've done some kind of rolling burnouts more than anything. Short ones. The new tires are gripping really, really well, though. I've gone a couple times now and tried to get them going, and it's a lot harder to get them spinning than the other. So they're definitely gripping pretty good. Very happy. And we got the new TPMS sensors put in. I think it was Thursday or Friday. I can't remember now. And they're not exactly working great either. They've been working about 90% of the time, but I keep having little issues where one of them won't work, and then another one won't work, and then they'll all start working. So we were once again having issues with that, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it all fixes itself. It seems to be getting better. So there's rare occasions now where it's not working for a few minutes at a time, and it was $140 some to have the old ones taken out and new ones put in. And the factory reproductions is paying that bill for us. So Rusty says you did, and it was terrible. You followed the whole break-in period. Driving a fast car, you drive like a snail. Yeah, people are flying past you like, what the hell? Brian, I think I'll do that. We'll get the 13-inch wheels. Right, drop to the ground, tailpipe spark the ground. Yeah, we could do that. Hey, whatever people want to do is cool with me. Oh, here I go yawning, guys. I think last time I started yawning, I got everybody else tired too. So everybody send me good thoughts on these new TPMS sensors because they're seeming to be a little bit better. But yeah, I don't know what the problem is. The ones that came on it were randomly not working all over the place. Now these ones, it's just one of them that's tend to be going off and on. And these ones were like supposed to be better ones that were more expensive, and they're supposed to be guaranteed to work and all this other stuff. But so far, they're giving us little issues again, and I don't know what to do at this point. I had a kind of a lack of sleep this weekend, or just lack of sleep and a weird sleeping schedule. That storm the other night kept me up, and I've been out of whack ever since. Been a little off. I'm always a little off, but I mean, sleep-wise, I'm a little off. So. Hopefully these things just fix themselves. As a matter of fact, before she got to Kim took the car to the place to get the things I had to work, and there was just no way I could ever get it done. So she took them up to the tire place to get them switched out. And on the way up there, everything started working, and I guess it was working the entire time. Everything was fine. She said, so she sent me a text asking me if should she still go to the appointment, because the ones that we originally got, everything seemed to be working fine. They had been for hours. And I didn't get I would have told her to go anyway. I had to go ahead and do it, but I didn't even get the message until I got off work because didn't have time at work we were busy. I didn't have time to check my phone, but I did not try to use the factory ones, and they are now gone. I sold the wheels and tires and everything with the sensors in them, because after we got these other ones and everything was switched out and I thought everything was going to be fine, I put those wheels and tires up for sale and they sold almost immediately. And yeah. Once we talked to them and they were sending us new ones, I thought, okay, everything's going to be fine. I don't need to worry about using the old ones. Kind of wish I had now, but whatever. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I sold those. I put them up for sale thinking it would take a while, and they sold like right away. So, because I'm out here in the middle of nowhere and I wasn't going to ship them. So I put them up there pretty cheap, and I just put them on Craigslist, and I put them on the local statewide vehicle exchange thing on Facebook, and they sold almost immediately. I put them fairly cheap because I didn't want to deal with shipping anything. I just, no matter how much somebody was going to pay me to do it, I just, the thought of shipping 4 wheels and tires and everything, it just was not something I wanted to deal with. So for any price. The guy that bought him is building an old Dodge truck. I forget what it's called. It's one of those ones that looks like a van in the front, you know, those old trucks that have the van front with the little bed in the back kind of thing. I forget what the Dodge one was called, but he's building like a hot rod one of those, and he's putting a 392 in it, and he wanted to put factory Scat Pack wheels and stuff on it, so that's why he came down and got them from me right away when I put them up for sale. So that was kind of cool, and looks like a pretty cool project he's got going there too. Becky Ware says the sensor issue has you a little concerned when you go to 275s. Shouldn't be a problem. You'll probably be fine. It's just my bad luck. I have bad luck. And so we had to send the old sensors back. I think we got those not mailed off, FedExed off Friday, I think. I can't remember. But anyway, either that or they will be tomorrow. Back to factory reproductions, and then they're going to reimburse us for the bill for the tire place that we went to. So hopefully they've been really cool about everything. They haven't put up any kind of complaining about it. They're like, okay, we'll fix it and we'll pay for everything you got to do. So far it's been great, and hopefully this will just work out and it'll be over. I hope. They seem to be wanting to work. They're just that one's being a little glitchy back there, but maybe it'll straighten itself out. Rusty hasn't driven your car in 2 weeks because it's been raining nonstop. Oh, doesn't that suck when that happens? And then you can't take the car out and Hey, what's up, Sub-Zero? What's going on? Good to see ya. Thanks for coming in. You got your Challenger, all right. Sweet. Awesome. Good news, man. Good news. Congratulations. Joe Donkey says, hey, Joey, I saw your last video. Those yellow splitter protectors are for crackheads. That's awesome, Sub-Zero. You got your Challenger. Doing good, hanging out, doing the usual Sunday night fun, talking about whatever thing. We like that. For crackheads. Are people still selling those? I should check eBay. I forgot to see if people, I was going to check after I made the video, if people are still selling those protectors on eBay. I know when I saw them a while back, maybe like a year ago or so, I checked and they were actually selling them. And they were, if you looked on the sold listings, people were actually buying them. So for pretty good money, it seemed like. I personally took them off the next morning. I drove home with them on because I didn't want to keep them just in case for whatever reason, they came with a car, I just wanted to keep them, you know. So, but yeah, I didn't want to drive around with them on there. And I left them on that day just to make sure I got them home safely. And like I said, if the dealer were to take them off, they might disappear or whatever. So when we walked up, they were on. So I just said, leave them on. So. Nah, you didn't ruin the motor. You're fine. I don't do anything too crazy with it. Yeah, rest of users can't see. They left ours on. They asked us when we got there, did you guys want those on? Because a lot of people leave them on, but we can take them off or leave them on. I just said leave them on because just like I said, I just want to keep them and throw them in the garage when I got home. So they were on there, so I said leave them. Yeah, leaving them on can cause damage. Stuff gets under there, and it basically sandpapers it. So Sub-Zero, you got a 2019 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack with the shaker hood and indigo blue. Cool. Good, 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 good. Oh man, I bet that's sweet. I bet that is a sweet car. I bet that's gorgeous, man. Sweet. That's exciting. Got my heart pumping a little there. That's good color. All the colors are good, but that's a good one. Congratulations, dude. That's too cool. Good news. Yeah, Joe, I got the same ones. They are really good. It was a good $50, and I think it was $60 to put them on. So for like 100, $110, $120, whatever. I think it was 60 or so, 65. I don't remember. It was like $60. So yeah, pretty exciting. They sounded a lot better. I want to get the MF one. I had the um, I pulled the fuse on the system so that the active exhaust was stuck in the open position, but it throws the engine light on. So I drove around like that for a while, but I got tired of looking at that engine light, so I just put that all back. A while back, I unhooked the battery, put the fuse back in, and all that stuff, and let it redo itself. So they're working again, but it's a little quieter now. So unless you're under hard acceleration, then it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm going to get those. I think I'm going to order those. As a matter of fact, I should have done that today. I see there's two different ones. There's one that's for a little bit more expensive. It says if you drive around in the elements like rain, snow, and stuff like that, you need to get this other one that has a little shroud that goes over. So I'll have to probably get that one because, as you guys, many of you know, I do drive in the snow and stuff sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get the extreme because I drive the car. Yeah, it's the day of the driver. So yeah, Dominic, you have to do that fuse pull thing for the active exhaust. I forget. I think it's fuse 30. No, that's the other one. Yeah, it's in the back, in the trunk by the battery. And there, if you look on the map thing in there, it'll tell you which one that fuse is. I forget what number it is now. But you have to wait until the car is cold, so it does a cold start. When you start the car cold, they come open, and when you pull that fuse, whatever position it's in, it'll stay in. So if it's closed, it'll stay in the closed position. If it's open, it'll stay in the open position. So the best thing to do is wait till it's sat all night or whatever. Go out in the morning, start it, and then quickly have everything ready. Quickly start it, and then quickly pull that fuse before it idles down and closes again. And it'll stay open, but it'll give you a check engine light. So, and you get that check engine light to go off. You can't just put the fuse back in. You have to unhook the battery and let everything reset, put the fuse back in, put everything back together, and then it still takes a few minutes for it to all process and turn it back off again. I forget what fuse it is, but it'll say in the back, it'll say active exhaust. If you pull the top off the fuse thing in the back of the car. Oh, are they on sale right now? I should do that. I wonder if there's any discount codes anywhere. I just have the regular stock floor mats. I've seen a few really cool ones out there that I like to get, but they're expensive. I also want to get the pedal for the parking brake that matches the other three pedals because it has that rubber thing on it. I want to do that soon too. Just Not that I need it, but it just looks better, I think. So, and it looks like it's super easy to do. So I always like doing that kind of stuff that's super easy to do. So. I was looking at the other one, that other, I forget what it's called, Active Exhaust, or no, yeah, Active Exhaust Solutions or whatever. They have a thing that's like the MFR one too. It's a little different, but this one looks like it makes more sense. So it's more basic and it does the same thing. So Rush, do you buy rubber floor mats from Walmart and put them on top of the factory ones? Daywalker 392 Hemi, you just got the pedal commander. I've seen a lot of videos on that. And man, the car is scary as hell now. So you see Amazon has some for 164. You can get the WeatherTech for 154 from the dealer. I should check and see what I can get. I'll have to check on that. The pedal commander thing looks cool. I've seen videos, and I'm just not sure. Doesn't it just make your accelerator more, yeah, more throttle response basically? I do need to do something about the floor mats probably pretty soon because, like I said, I've just been driving around the stock ones on there. They're still in really good shape. We take really good care of them, but they're not really heavy duty enough, and they stuff. Yeah, I probably need to do something about it. Good to see you here, Daywalker 392. By the way, thanks for coming in. We're going on almost 40 minutes. So pretty good thing going on here. Fishtailing and chirping. Good way to get in trouble. Yeah, there's so many. That's cool. There's a lot of things for these cars out there. So you can always, there's so many aftermarket cool little things you can do. Living in a pretty good time. All the cars are that way. So, but yeah, it's cool to just see all the new stuff coming out and then of course watching videos and reading about stuff too. It's always cool to see all that stuff. Yeah, I've wondered that too, Tail Happy. If you have the manual and the pedal commander, does that make things a little trickier? Daily had a cop watching him. You're trying not to do a burnout. Oh, Daywalker, you have the 6-speed. Cool. No. Neosted 2000. What's up? No more Chrysler 300. Fat Boy R6. What's going on? Thanks for coming in, man. Good to see you. Daywalker says with the automatic, it's harder to feather the throttle. You get a gentle launch, but you get brake deck right from the gate. That might be scary, man. That might be attention getting from the police. That's all right. I can't type either, so Especially on a phone, I can't type. Man, I have a heck of a time. I'm not too bad on a full size keyboard, but on the phones and stuff, I'm horrible. I hate it. I always thank God for the voice message, the voice typing thing, whatever you call it. It doesn't work that well either sometimes, but sometimes trying to type is enough to drive you insane. Neostad 2000, what was your first car? What was everybody's first car? My first actual car that I drove all the time was a 1975 Mercury Cougar XR7. I had my dad had bought a 59 Chevy El Camino that was going to be mine, and we were going to fix it up and stuff, but it never really happened before that. But yeah, the first car I actually drove all the time was a 75 Mercury Cougar XR7. Oh, cool, Fat Boy, cool. There was a he says there was a Mopar meet in Wichita with a lot of cool cars, and it's on his channel. Damn, I wish I could have. That would have been cool. I'll have to definitely check that out. Everybody, go check that out on his channel. Fat Boy R6. Just Days first was a 2001 Silverado. First was a V8 1990 Daywalker's first car was a 82 Pontiac Grand Prix with T-top, 16-year-old in high school. I bet that was a fun car. Those are good looking cars. 76 Buick Regal for Toe Happy. Dominic's was an 89 Chevy Cavalier Z24. Rusty was 1987 Chevy Caprice. Becky had a 78 Pontiac Le Mans. Joe Donkey had an 89 Toyota Supra. Daywalker says he's 46 and you still miss her. Yeah, we all have those cars that we miss from the past. My 75 Mercury Cougar that I had, it was a good looking car. It was pretty cool and everything. And I would bet you $1 million that car had a 302 in it, but I was just looking that up the other day, and apparently there was no 302 in that. There was a 351 and a 400, and I can't remember what else. There's no 302, so I would have swore that thing had a 302 in it, but according to the auto parts place, I was screwing around on the computer and checking some stuff out about my old car, and it didn't have that engine apparently. So I don't know. I would have bet money that's what it had. Maybe I'm getting old and can't remember. It was a 351. I don't know. Danette had a 68 Dodge Coronet. Cool. Sub-Zero 1980 Old Cutlass Supreme Brown with a 6-cylinder. That boy says down in Wichita there was some Cudas, GTX Roadrunners, and a 2010 Viper, 25 Dodge Ram 1500 V10. Cool. That's some cool stuff. There was a Mopar show in Grand Island at the Dodge dealer up there last year, and it said first annual. So I was trying to see when they were doing it this year, and apparently they're not. So apparently the first annual was the last annual. So it's kind of sad because it was kind of a cool show, and I would definitely go to that again. But apparently they're not doing it this year because it was last year. It was like at the very beginning of June. And I checked their website and I Googled it every way I could think of, and there's nothing about it happening this year. So too bad. There's some nice stuff up there. Saw I told you guys about the Scat Pack Challenge I saw. There was a Scat Pack Charger in town about a week or so ago, maybe a little over a week ago. So I followed him around. We had a little bit of we went to Mexico for a minute. And then what else have I seen around? Not a lot around here lately. Sub-Zero. First is last, Ricky Bobby. I've been watching a bunch of NASCAR videos this weekend of old NASCAR, like 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. So much better back then. I can't watch it anymore. It's too boring. But I've been watching old, not old. Today was mostly like 90s and mid 2000s stuff. It was cool. It's really good racing. Subs. So Neil State 2000. Do they limit the horsepower on the cars? I don't know. Anybody know about that? Sub Zero J's. What? Wonder if they are really doing a shaker charger. Yeah, I wonder. They probably will. They're doing. They're trying to do everything with these cars that they can to keep them fresh and new and exciting things going on without actually totally redoing them. So they're probably sitting there doing everything they possibly can to these things until they just run out of stuff to do. So I miss old NASCAR. I never was like a huge NASCAR fan anyway, but I did like to sit down and watch the races. They were interesting. There was good racing, and uh, what was it, late 2000s, where they started kind of messing everything up. The cars all became basically identical, and I don't know. And then a bunch of guys retired and stuff that you know were kind of the personalities of the sport, whether you liked them or not. Earnhardt died, and then Earnhardt Jr. retired, and Jeff Gordon retired, and all these great people are now gone. And now I turn on, I was like, I don't know who any of these guys are, and they all seem like the same guy. I can't tell one from another. So it's just pretty boring. I can't. About 10 minutes of it is all I can take anymore. So yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad they managed to destroy it. They tried to turn it into an NFL game where there's timeouts and quarters and playoffs and all this whatever. Just race the damn cars, and I miss the way they used to do it. Stud says the B5 Blue Durango shaker concept was pretty cool. Well, that sounds cool. I haven't seen that. Sub Zero, you were watching Le Mans Saturday, and they ruined the GT by putting the EcoBoost V6 in it. That's always a fun race to watch, though. I love watching the endurance racing, the 12 hours and 24 hours of Le Mans and Daytona and all that. It's always cool to watch that stuff. Becky says she used to watch NASCAR with her uncle in the late 80s and then drove like a maniac going home. Yeah. Yep. Daywalker can't watch the constant circle racing. I used to kind of like. I love the road courses even more though. I wish NASCAR did more road courses because those are really interesting. I mean, there's a lot of action and a lot of angry drivers, and it's just good racing. But I can watch the circle tracks too and the ovals and all that stuff. So you watch the 24-hour Le Mans too. Yeah, I like that race too. I like watching the endurance racing a lot. A road rage guy, a road race guy. Okay. Yeah, I like road race. I love. I used to love the old Trans Am series and all that stuff with the road courses, and then the Indy cars on the road courses, and F1, of course, is awesome. I missed the old kart before they broke up karting and the IRL and all that stuff, and there's a lot more road courses and all that stuff. It was a lot of those are good racing back then. Tail Happy says the Aussie road racing is fun to watch. I bet that is fun to watch. I didn't watch any of the 24 Hours Le Mans this year, so I used to watch that a lot every year. And the Daytona 24 hours and 12 hours of all the different. I used to really get into the endurance racing. It was probably like, that's been a long time ago now, but definitely would like to see that Ford versus Ferrari movie. That was, yeah. That's a good, interesting story for sure. I've been watching a lot of racing lately at all, really. Mostly, like I say, mostly videos of older stuff. I haven't been watching anything drag racing either. I haven't seen any of the big drag racing stuff either. I don't even know who's still racing anymore. The GT500 looks awesome. It should be an amazing car. Definitely looks cool, and from all indications, it's going to be pretty awesome. So, got to give Ford a lot of props. They're doing a lot of good stuff. So, even though I'm a Mopar guy and all that stuff for the most part. I'm not totally. I like all cars, but Ford's doing some good things for sure. Red Eye or GT500? I would have to go with the Red Eye just because it's more what I'm into. But the G500 is so cool. I love the GT350 is amazing as well. I love that car. The way that thing sounds is just awesome. But yeah, I'm not like, oh, they suck because it's a Ford or whatever. It's still a badass car. So, anyone watch the Australian burnout contest? It's an actual sport down there. Oh, really? Is they actually the real sport? Australians are crazy. They're always doing some crazy stuff. Challengers are my favorite car, so I'd have to go with the Red Eye versus the GT500. But GT500 is beautiful, badass. Looks like it's going to be just a very exciting car. So yeah, it should be cool. And also looking forward to the mid-engine vet if it ever comes out. I know they want to get it 100% right before they start trying to sell the damn things, but totally get that. But I'd have to have one of each just to see which one I like better. So if Dodge gives me a Red Eye and Ford gives me a GT500, I'll try them both out for a couple of years, and then I'll let them know which one is better. Think they'll go for that? Sub-Zero is going to get out of here. All right, man. Thanks for coming in, Sub-Zero. Yeah, work does come early. Have a good day at work, and see you next time. Come on back next Sunday. Oh, I passed a Destroyer Gray 2019 Challenger Hellcat. I had to make some deliveries for my work, and on the way up to this other town, I saw a lady driving one, and she was going the other opposite way, coming towards the town I'm from. And then on my way back, she was going the opposite way again, going back the way I just come. So I didn't get a chance to see who they were or talk to them. I just saw a female, and it was a Destroyer Gray 2019 Challenger Hellcat. So I was pretty excited about that. I was driving the store that I work at. It's a Ford Fiesta, so I wasn't in my Challenger, but Optimistically cynical says he feels like Asian people are overrepresented in the Lego community. That's an interesting thought there. Interesting statement. Dominic says looks like the GT500 is going to be on the heavy side. Probably everything's on the heavy side nowadays because there's so much crap on the cars now. But really, being Mopar people, we can't say much about cars being on the heavy side. So Becky, yeah, actually, I'm surprised by the little Fiesta. It's not a bad car at all. Uh, Semi comfortable, and it drives nice. It's got a little bit more power than I would expect. I don't drive it fast or anything, but actually, I go a little under the speed limit because the last thing I want to do is get a ticket in a work car. So I keep it like 2 miles under the speed limit everywhere I go, and put it in cruise control when I'm out on the highway. And it's not a bad little car though. Kind of like it. It'd be a good. It'd be like a good second car if you had a something that you didn't want to take out in the bad weather or something like that. Yeah, the 1320 Scat Pack is awesome. I have not seen one in real life, only in pictures and videos. Being where I live in the middle of nowhere, so I don't see a whole lot of cool cars. But yeah, 1320 is pretty cool. Oh, definitely like that car. And I like the one when they first came out, that color that when they first brought out the 1320 and they showed it in that weird purple. I think they called it Black Eye. It's kind of a dark purple, dull dark purple color. It was beautiful, and they're not gonna. Apparently, you can't get it in that color, but it sure was a cool color. Yeah, but Becky, that Fiesta is not too bad actually. A lot of the newer cars are pretty impressive when you get into them, even the little ones. It's like this thing's not bad at all. It's not like the old days. We got those little cheaper cars, and they were just like, oh my god, they're horrible. But some of the new ones aren't bad at all. And since it's a delivery vehicle and we deliver mostly smaller stuff, it gets killer gas mileage and all that stuff. So you don't need anything too big. Yeah, it is pretty small, but it's surprisingly comfortable. It's really not bad. I don't feel like all cramped up in it. It's not terrible. Nia said 2000 thoughts about getting new wheels. Well, I love my new wheels. I think they look great. I'm very happy, except for little TPMS sensor problems, but I think we might be getting that worked out. But yeah, I'm happy with those, and that seems to be the thing to do on these cars because they come with most of them anyway are coming with too skinny a wheel and tire combination and everything, and you're not getting enough. Can't get the power to the ground. The Fiesta ST isn't bad. I don't know much about that, but there's some cool little sporty little hatchbacks and cars nowadays too, which are all pretty neat. So they're doing some good stuff. All the car companies are doing some good stuff right now. So yeah, I do not have the dynamics package, so I got the 245s. I had the 245s. I got 305s on the back now, and 275s on the front with 9.5-inch rims and 10.5-inch rims on the back. And I just have the 4-piston Brembos, not the 6. Daywalker is out of here, looks like. So you got to get ready for work too. So check in next time. Yeah, come on back next time. We're here on Sunday nights and sometimes on other nights too, but always on Sundays. Yeah, I should have got the dynamics package, but I didn't. Motley 392. Hello, what's up? Welcome back. I wish this ceiling fan would work a little better. I'm getting a little warm in here. What's going on, Motley 392? Good to see you. We're just doing our usual Sunday night talking about cars and other stuff, whatever. Work and cars, and mostly cars tonight, though. I think we've pretty much stayed on the car subject most of the time. First Game of Thrones has kept you away. Now softball. Yeah. That's okay, man. There's other stuff going on in the world. Softball's cool. I should get into something like that. I'm antisocial. It's all peoply. Uh, oh god. I played baseball when I was a kid for like 10 years. I was a pretty good baseball player, decent baseball player. Not great, but yet I don't really like watching baseball though for some reason. I like going to a baseball game or something. That's fun, but to watch it on TV, I can't stand. Rusty, any plans on buying a bike? I just sold one. Yeah, I just sold my Harley. Um, I don't know. I don't think right now I haven't really thought about it. I kind of want to do the car thing and do stuff to the car, maybe get another car or a different car or something. Bikes aren't really on my mind. I kind of got, I don't know what happened. I just, after all those years of riding and being into that stuff, I'm not sure what happened. I just sort of got shoved to the side. And then, like I said, I didn't like having that thing just sitting in there. It seemed like someone should be using it. So I don't want to be that guy who's hanging on to that bike or car that I'm not using or whatever while there's someone out there who wants to buy it, that's going to actually use it. So, like I said, like that 22-year-old kid that bought it, he was super excited. It was his first Harley. He was really really excited about getting it and everything. And so that made me feel good because I know somebody's going to be using the damn thing. So that's what it was built for. They're made to be ridden, not to sit in my garage. Let's see, Neostat 2000. What would you like to see for the future for Dodge? I'd like to see them stick with the Hemis and the slightly the muscle cars, and I'd like to see them do other things too as well. Of course, I'm not electric cars or um, any of that stuff, but I hope they don't just get rid of the other stuff. They can do both, and there's a lot of talk about a lot of things that they might do. Who knows? Or V6s with turbos and all that stuff, but that's all good and fine too. And even if it's quick and fast, there's nothing like a big V8 Hemi with that sound and torque and all that. It's just too much fun, and I'd rather see them stick with that, or at least still offer that, and stick with what they're doing. I think they got a pretty good thing going right now. So if they stick with what they're doing, and Becky Ware says people are crazy. It's best to avoid them. Yeah. That crazy creeper person who said he was going to steal your car Friday. Oh my God. You're still having issues with that weirdo? Is that the guy that you said was? I know somebody was freaking you out in your neighborhood or something. Yeah, supercharged Hemi electric hybrid. We're talking about an electric assist on some of the cars and things like that to make them even faster. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening. I know things are going to change, but I hope they still offer the old school type stuff along with the new stuff. Uh, you know, Tell Happy looks like he's getting out of here. Have a good night, guys. Yeah, deliver ice cream in the morning. Deliver something tomorrow. I can't eat it anyway. Never mind. Have a good night, Tell Happy. Have a good morning. Good luck at work. Rusty, it's your first. You got your first bike and your first time riding? Cool. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's relaxing, and I don't know. Just for some reason, I just got away from it. And he brought a friend on Tuesday, and they tried to do a drug deal on your side. You need to get some protection there, Becky. That doesn't sound good. Firebird Nation Car Club. Hey, welcome into the live stream, Firebird. No replacement for displacement. Yeah, time progresses and technology progresses and all that stuff, but certain things are just too much damn fun, and you don't want to just get rid of them altogether. So good, Becky, good. So Firebird Nation, you got a, I'm assuming you're a Firebird guy, Pontiac guy. That's cool. I don't get a Glock. Okay, we don't want to get into that discussion. Firebird Nation Clark Club says horsepower equals how hard you hit the wall, torque equals how far you take it with you. I haven't heard that one before. That's good. Get a, I don't know what, Becky, you already got something picked out? Cool. 6 Firebird. That's awesome, man. 6 Firebirds. Cool. My uncle had a 79 Trans Am with the 6.6 way back in the day when I was a little kid. I thought that was a pretty cool car. I loved that car. And my grandma had a 73 Firebird with the 350. She was a pretty cool grandma. She had a Mustang before that. Okay, Becky. Here's something alone. So he'll show you. I'm sure he's not going to. Yeah, he knows what he's. Good. I'm hearing a lot of stomping going around the house. I don't know what's going on. Hope everything's okay. Yeah, you want to practice and make sure you feel comfortable. That's scary hearing about the weirdos, though. It's kind of creepy, and God, ugh. There's some strange people in the world. There's unfortunately a lot of strange dudes in the world. Some of the stories I hear from women are just like, good God, I didn't think that people were actually like that, because I just can't imagine it. But apparently there's some creepy ass people around. So I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with people sometimes. You haven't shot a gun since you were 12, but you're sure it's like riding a bike? Kind of, but you still want to make sure you're familiar with the actual weapon that you don't want to have any questions when something happens, or you want to make sure you know how to use it and you're comfortable with it. We got a few strange ones around here in town, but we seem to be a magnet for sex offenders around here for some reason. I don't know if they come here to try to hide out or what, but and a couple burglars and a couple of we got small town, but we got a few weirdos around here. Nobody, there's a few, yeah. Yeah, Becky. So your kid's boyfriend is going to take you out. Just get a little bit familiar with it. West Virginia, pretty much everybody knows how to shoot. Same here in Nebraska. Everybody, it's just part of the culture. It's what we do. There's certain parts of the country where you probably don't want to come and cause any trouble because it's not going to end well. Fat Boy R6 says Sliny got a lot of weirdos down there. And there's weirdos everywhere, so it's just some of the man. Ziggy and I, hello, what's up, Ziggy and I? Welcome. You're enjoying the manual transmission in the Scat Pack. Cool, man. Nothing more fun. It's too much fun. That's the only thing I wouldn't like about if I get a red eye or something would be that I can't get a manual, but I guess I could get over that. But the manual's just so much fun. There's nothing like it. For a small town, we probably have a pretty high ratio, pretty high percentage of weirdos around here, considering how small we are. MS Formula 71. Hello. Firebird Nation Car Club wants to know if you're a part of the Central States. Yeah, I am part of that group. Is it Grant Tomey or something like that? Yeah, part of that group. Everybody else, if you are not part of that group, you should be. If you're a video, drawn a blank on the name. If you make YouTube videos. Becky Ware says the automatics aren't bad, but sometimes I wonder why she wants to shift when she shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I have no problem with the automatic. I just think that manuals are so much more fun to me. They're just too much fun, and of course they're both great. And I know that that 8-speed automatic in the Challengers is awesome and everything. So I've heard great things about it. So yeah, if you're in the Central States area, I guess I should have said that. But yeah, I think Fat Boy is part of that group, and I am. Yeah, but on your other, his high octane Hemi channel. So you're the one that just added from Omaha. Okay. I'm in Superior, Nebraska, so we're a couple hundred miles apart. Way down on the state line below Hastings, Kansas. I'm about a mile or two from Kansas. In the middle of nowhere, nothing but cornfields and goats and cows and Milo fields and that kind of thing. A lot of tractors and pickup trucks around here. My friend's son, who I gave a ride to today, I forget where he lives, but he lives in a bigger city somewhere. And when I gave him a ride in the car today, he's like, I never expected to come to Superior and see a car like this. I expected to see nothing but pickup trucks and stuff like I usually do. There's a show in Beatrice next weekend. Cool. I'd like to do that. Beatrice is pretty close. I mean, I can get there fairly quickly. Nice place too. I like that town for some reason. I work until noon on Saturdays is the problem. So Neosted 2000, you caught a Western Black Widow a couple days ago and you just kept it as a pet. Yeah. My daughter moved down to San Antonio, Texas. I was talking to her today. She called me for Father's Day and she said that they had caught a tarantula outside. Ooh, man. I'm not like super freaked out by spiders, but I'm not a fan of them either. I don't run screaming, but it's also like, crap, spider. Yeah. Snakes the same way. I used to have a snake, but like if I see one outside, I don't run and scream. My girlfriend does. She freaks out, but I just more leave them alone. They're very useful. They're beautiful to me. I think they're great. I don't necessarily want to go pick it up or anything, but Becky has kept some large spiders that you found as pets. They're very interesting. And they're incredibly strange looking creatures and very interesting, definitely for sure. Oh, not the, whatever. Other insects, I don't know, spiders or insects, whatever, but spiders, insects, all that stuff are interesting. It's weird they have a wide variety of creatures on the planet. Some of them are really strange looking. MS Friend was 71. Tarantula migration is interesting to see. Oh, yeah. When I bought my car the first day on the way home from the dealership to home, the 90 miles or so trip, there was a monarch butterfly migration going on. So our brand new car was just covered in butterflies when we got home. So that wasn't the best timing in the world, but Chris Urban says, "Hi, random, but are you a Lord of the Rings fan because Gandalf passed today? Ian McKellen was just magnificent. I'm not a fan. Don't really know much about that. You're so good. Well, that's sad. I'm sorry. I am not a Lord of the Rings kind of guy. My channel is these were about me and my car. Nothing too fancy or exciting. A normal guy every day with his car. Formula 71 says who's a good actor, did a great job with the part. I know a lot of people love that, so it must be really great because I mean it's a huge thing and so many people love it. So it's just not my kind of thing, which we're all different. So like I've never watched. God, there's so many things that people are into that I just doesn't appeal to me, and I'm not. To each his own, like I always say, we don't all have to like the same stuff. So. Everything I watch is either documentary or a movie based on a true story. Other than that, I really hardly watch anything. So I'm not sure why I'm like that. I just am. Sometimes I do. I guess I shouldn't say that. There are a few things that I watch that aren't based on truth or a documentary, either one. But for the most part, 80% of the stuff I watch probably. Chris Urban says you just bought yours for $14,000 in a deal, but I feel like I have been robbed. Really, Mercedes aren't trustworthy. The problem with the German cars, in my opinion, is they're good cars and everything, but when things do start to go wrong, it's very, very, very expensive to fix. So, yeah, and 392 Challengers and stuff aren't cheap either to fix. I've been looking into a lot of this stuff, and it's very, very expensive. So. But yeah, Mercedes, BMWs, and all that, they get a little pricey when things start to need to be replaced and everything. So if you have one, it's out of warranty and that kind of thing. That's why you can find them very good deals on them used usually, because people don't want to do the actual work that needs to be done because it's very expensive. So nope, no problems after the engine cleaning. I've done it a few times in that car and other cars, and you just got to be careful. You don't want to soak everything down or don't want to put water directly down into the alternator or anything like that. But water gets in there when you're driving the rain and stuff, so you just want to be careful. You don't want to high pressure anything, and I would use some of that cleaner that I showed you, or another brand. There's a bunch of brands that are pretty much the same. And then just a light rinse to get it off, and then let it dry. Just follow the instructions on the can, and you'll be okay. And then Gunk also makes a, which I bought, I guess still put it on there. After you clean it and dry it, get it all ready, there's a protectant you can spray over the whole engine, which keeps it kind of shiny and looking good, and it also repels dirt and oils and stuff from sticking. So I'm going to put that on there too. Chris Irvin says the main issue with the Mercedes is the clip under the steering wheel keeps coming loose and the blue wire is exposed. You paid a lot of cash. Straight Six fan, you had a good day working on the car, but a rough day with the audio and editing. Yeah. But your car has a nice engine, though, Chris. That's good. Okay. So you're riding in a car, Formula 71, for Firebird Nation is driving. You're just passing the messages on. Be careful out there. I'm not exactly sure, Chris Urban, on that. I'm not a mechanic for one thing, but other than very basic stuff. We usually have some people in here who could probably help you with that. Anybody? I think who all's in here right now. Yeah, Becky, that stuff does a good job, and then, like I said, they also have a protectant that you can put on afterwards. So, and they're both only like $5 or $6 a can each, so it's not bad. The only thing I didn't like about the Gunk was the way that it sprayed, but it did a good job. I wish something that fanned out a little bit more, but he says to buy a VW. Any 6-year-old can fix them. So old VWs, yeah. Most of the older cars and most of the American stuff and Japanese stuff is pretty simple stuff. You get into some of the German stuff, get a little scary. Sean, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Chris Urban says it will cost me so much to get it checked, but you're driving your daughter to school and the steering wheel came loose and you had to slam. Oh, man. That does not sound good. So it's actually not just something, it's actually a problem with steering wheel coming loose. Holy crap, that's not safe. That's scary. That's a scary story to hear, man. Let me see, 3 years. I wonder if someone could. Possibly that might not be anything too complicated and expensive, but I hope. Yeah, Sean, the traction is way better. I've tried it out a little bit. I haven't gotten any very extreme with it, but like stuff that would normally with the old tires would have just lit them right up. It doesn't now. So I'm pretty impressed so far. Like I said, I haven't gotten real extreme with it or anything, but from the few things I have done, I can tell a huge difference. So pretty happy. I turned the traction control completely off today. The whole stability system completely off and messed around a little bit. And I was pretty impressed with the traction, trying to take off fast and everything. Really very little. I mean, I could have gotten them spinning real hard if I wanted to, but just doing normal kind of heavy accelerations and stuff, nothing. So it was pretty cool. I was pretty happy with that. Chris Urban says one mechanic said the clip will cost. This is Mercedes stuff. That's $945. That seems expensive for a little metal, but yeah, it does. Whoever can help, please do. Chris, why don't I would go to an auto parts store, tell them what the problem is, have them look up your car, and if you get the right guy, I'd go to a Napa store if you can, and you might get somebody who can help you figure out exactly what part you need. It may not be that bad, and then if you had the part, yeah, I don't know. That's where I would start. See if you can, because if you go to like a Mercedes mechanic or Mercedes dealership, it's gonna be very expensive. So I would try that first, just see how much the part costs, if they can get it, and which they probably can. If it's out there somewhere, they can usually get it. It might take a few days or whatever, but. Sean, yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody who's a father. And I did I talked to my kids today on the phone, except my son. I haven't heard from him yet, but that's okay. He's busy in the Army, so I don't even know what he's up to today. He may not be able to call. So sometimes they're out doing stuff. I'm not sure what he's doing right now. So other than that, I just kind of kicked back. I had my favorite meal for dinner, which is tacos and guacamole and stuff. So that was good. And I'm way stuffed. I ate way too much food. But yeah, had a good day. I have not tried, Sean. I was going to try earlier today. I just happened to be down in Mexico, and I slowed way down on this Mexican highway, and I was just about coming to a stop and had the thing set and ready to go, and looked in the rearview mirror, and there's a bunch of cars coming, and then one started coming the other way, so I aborted mission, and I putted along the highway for a mile or so trying to wait for another chance, and I really didn't get one, so. Chris Urban, awesome. It's just that Los Angeles is wanting to take my cash at all times. Yeah. Mercedes said it's my fault for pulling on the wheel. Awful service. I wouldn't go to what year, how old is the car? I'm not a mechanic, so I shouldn't be giving advice, but I would take it somewhere besides like a Mercedes place or a Mercedes mechanic. If it's something just like the steering wheel's got some kind of issue, they might be able to fix it. Like I said, go to a Napa store and have them look up the part, or that. Some of the guys will even walk out there and take a look at your car if you can get the car there. It's only 3 years old. Yeah, it might be tough. I was hoping it was a little bit older one, but I would still try to find just a regular mechanic that can take a look at it. Because yeah, if you take it to a dealership, they're gonna, yeah, it's gonna be 3 times as much probably. Yeah, if it's only 3 years old, it should be under warranty, unless that's something that's not covered. If that's what Mercedes told you, I don't know. But if they're blaming you for pulling on the wheel, it doesn't even make any sense. But said it's your fault for pulling in the wheel. I don't know how that could be your fault. I'm not sure what you could have done to the steering wheel that could be your fault. But so that's why I wouldn't buy a German car. I just wouldn't do it. It's just everything's crazy. Little tiny things go wrong, and it's whew. Yeah. Thank you, Becky. For better luck on my next trip to Mexico. Yeah, it should be under warranty. They may be trying to avoid fixing it under warranty. I don't know, but I'm trying to blame it on you. But or maybe it's something that's not warranted. I don't know what the Mercedes warranty is like. So Sean thinks I can get a 4.2. I would be great. I'd probably be so excited I'd have to pull over if I got a 4.2. We'll warm up the tires a little bit. Yeah. If I can hit the right conditions and the right spot in the highway and get everything right, that would be nice. To get under a 4.5, I'd be pretty thrilled. So. $7,000 for tires? Is that what you're saying? You need to stay away from that place. because they are bald. The wheel. When you're saying wheels are bald, you're meaning tires. $7,000. Buy a car for $7,000. Yeah, I don't want to warm up the two tires too much, but yeah, just pop into like a Napa store if there's one near you and see if they can just tell them what it's doing. If you can get the car there, that'd be great because they might even walk out and take a look and say, "Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about," or whatever, and see if they can find you the part or whatever, or just go to a regular mechanic like that's not a Mercedes place. Yeah, something seems weird that I'm not exactly sure what uh, the steering wheel thing. That doesn't sound right either. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not looking at it, and I'm not a mechanic, so it goes beyond the basic stuff. I'm like, huh? So I know enough to get myself in trouble to where I got to call a real mechanic. That's pretty much. There's nothing wrong. I mean, Mercedes makes good cars and they're awesome cars and everything, but they are very, very expensive to fix. So, yeah, German cars are a pain in the butt to maintain. They're very expensive. It's like you stick with Japanese and American cars for the most part, you're going to be a lot better off. Or Korean, cars, things like that. You're going to be better off in the long run. Even if you want a luxury car or something, get a Lexus or a Cadillac or a Lincoln or something. It's still going to be way cheaper than fixing Mercedes. Yeah, so I would probably try to get rid. I would. I don't know. I might try to sell the car. I don't know. There's a lot of Mercedes that are used for sale, and that's the reason. And they're usually a really good deal. That's one of the reasons is because they are a difficult problem when you got to fix them. They are expensive. A lot of people jump on a used one because it's such a good deal, and then they realize why the person was selling it so cheap when they. Sean, you still own a Mercedes 300s? I can't believe the 3-year-old Mercedes would have a steering wheel that was coming off or whatever. Something's weird. Something's not right. Yeah, Lexus is just a dressed up Toyota. Cadillac's a dressed up, for the most part, regular GM car. Lincoln's a dressed up Ford, but they're nice cars. They're comfortable. They're good looking luxury cars and all that. And they're going to be a lot more affordable in the long run. It's 4 inches away from the wheel itself. I'm confused by that. I don't know anything about Mercedes either, so I don't know. Not only am I not a great mechanic, I also know nothing about Mercedes very much other than they're expensive as hell. It has a black and green line on either side. It's shiny green. Your best bet is just go to a normal mechanic and see if they'll work on it or look at it at least. Mercedes dealership, I just wouldn't even get near. So. Oh hell, we went over an hour and a half. I try to keep these to an hour and a half. We're having a good time tonight here. Yeah, you might check the Carfax. Good point, Formula 71. I would get the Carfax on that too. See if there's something up there. Was it an accident or was it ever stolen? Maybe somebody did something to the trying to get the airbags out of it that screwed up the steering wheel. I don't know. It's just weird. There's a lot of weird stuff. Steve, you had a bad week? Yeah, Sean, I'm thinking that it would be, if it's 3 years old, it should still be under warranty. I don't know what the deal with Mercedes warranties is or anything. I don't know, or if they're, like she said, like they said, they were being blamed for doing something to the wheel themselves, but and maybe that's why it's not covered. I don't know, but Motley says if you saw a trench outside your house, you'd move to Greenland. There's just going to be something else up there that's probably worse. Who knows? Steve Fitzpatrick, your Corvette was crushed by a dump truck. Chris Urban, anyway, as a Brit living in the U.S., can I ask you about the flag behind you? Sure. Danette, thanks for coming in. Enjoy that car. See you next week. Rusty says, all right, yeah, you're going to get out of here too. Big day of work tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to head out of here in a few minutes. So you guys have a good night. Thanks, Rusty. Fat Boy's here. He's cooking out. Cool. I didn't cook out today. We had tacos because that's kind of what I wanted for dinner. So we stayed inside and cooked today. We've been cooking out a lot, though. Yeah, Ben CS, if the Benz had an accident, how bad was it? That's a good point. There's too many things to like be over the internet trying to figure this. And I don't know anything about it. So I would take it to a normal mechanic and have them look at it if they'll work on it. Or even an auto parts store, if there's a part or something, they might be able to help you out. Yeah, I'm wondering, is something with the airbag, or somebody try to take the airbag out of it or something like that? I don't know. But I don't care what the I couldn't care what the UK mayor says. There's a bunch of crazy people out there. Thank you, Chris. I'm not taking my flag down. There's nothing racist or evil about it. Just because a bunch of weirdos think it is, or they're mentally deranged, brainwashed weirdos, so that's their problem, not mine. Yeah, Ben, see, a collision center might be best bet too. Yeah, there's just too many variables with the story. I don't know if it's, definitely have somebody look at it that's not a Mercedes dealer, though. I would definitely, unless it's under warranty, and then they should fix it. But if they're saying they're not going to fix it because it's your fault or something, then, or that they're going to charge you to fix it, I should say. Hey, it's finally dark outside. Getting these long nights. I love it when it stays light till really late. But then, what is it, after the 21st of June? That's when the days start to get shorter again. So, well, that's all right, though. I really enjoy summertime. I don't like winter when it's dark at like 5:30 or 5 or whatever. Cold and nasty, and you feel like you're stuck in the house. I love spring and summer and fall. Getting out and doing stuff and being able to not feel trapped in the house. So I'm trying to enjoy this while I can, because our winters have been rough here. So, Ben C, good night. Happy Father's Day to everybody. I agree, Firebird Nation Car Club, 100%. When people don't like the flag, it just makes me want to show it more and wave it more, and it's just all that much more motivating. So, yeah, I don't think very many car people like winter, unless you're like maybe a 4x4 truck kind of guy or Jeep guy, they might enjoy winter a little bit, but there are some aspects of it anyway. But most of us who have these kind of cars and things like that, we don't. We don't get into the whole winter thing much. An occasional donut in an open parking lot or something like that, but other than that, it's not good for much. The Challenger is safe. It didn't get crushed by a. Yeah, I think we all pretty. Well, I won't speak for everybody, but I agreed on the Firebird Nation Car Club, definitely. Yeah, parking the car for a long time kind of sucks. I pretty much drive mine through most stuff, but there is times when it doesn't go out for a week or two because it's just the weather's too bad. But yeah, it does suck. It's not fun. Winter just is bad, and not just from the car aspect. It's just bad all around. I don't know why I live somewhere where we have bad winters. Someday I'll move somewhere where the winters aren't so crappy. I've lived in Michigan, Colorado, and here, so I don't know. I was somewhere where the winters are crazy. Oh, even in Colorado, it didn't seem as bad as here. It's worse here than Colorado was, even though we were at altitude. Um, we get big snows there and everything like that, but it would go away a lot quicker. It would tend to burn off and melt off within a day or two, or pretty fairly soon. Where here, a lot of the times it gets cold and icy, and it's just cold and icy for a really long time. Yeah, Sean, everyone's welcome. So I always say that some people like to go through their comments and take out the negative ones and all that, but it's all good. It's all participation is participation, so it's all good. Good, bad, fake, trolls, whatever it is, bad comments, good comments, all that stuff. So I'm all good. It's all good. The more people, the better. Thumbs up, thumbs downs, all that stuff. It's all good stuff. So yeah, winter toy would be fun. Maybe a Jeep or a 4x4 truck or something for the winter would be fun. We have a Saturn and a Toyota and a Ford Focus. They're winter cars, but they're not fun winter cars. They get you through the winter kind of cars, but nothing fun about them. So I like an old Jeep or something would be cool, or I don't know. A lot of things would be cool, I guess. Well, yeah, House on the Beach would be the best winter toy. About a 4-month vacation every year just to get out of the winter would be good. My daughter lives down in San Antonio now, so I could just go visit her in the winter. I think it stays fairly nice down there. I do like the Gladiator too, Steve. A lot of people think it's super ugly, but I think it's kind of cool. It's a little pricey. I didn't expect it to be that expensive, but I think it's a cool looking little truck. I think it's about, Jeep needed to do a little truck like that. They haven't had a pickup in a long time. Yeah, I think they get a little bit of bad weather down there, but nothing like here. So it's one of those. It's more weird there when it happens, where it's just everyday common here. So. I've had a few people freak out on my winter videos where I drive the Challenger Scat Pack out in the snow, and they get a little freaked out by that. But that's okay. I grew up in Colorado and driving in the snow with rear-wheel drive cars and all that stuff. So to me, it doesn't seem that weird. It's certainly not the ideal snow car, but it's in almost all situations it's drivable. So you just gotta know how to do it. Our parents and our grandparents and all those people, they all drove big American rear-wheel drive cars with crappy tires, and they drove them all winter long, and they did just fine. So I mean, they survived. They didn't. Obviously, an all-wheel drive car or a front-wheel drive car, they're all going to be. Of course, they're going to be better in the snow. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it's totally doable if you want to drive one of these cars in the snow. It's doable. Becky Ware says you're actually more freaked out by the potholes you were driving through. Yeah, there's a lot of potholes. A couple of the roads around here are so potholes I can't go down them. So there's one road that I've made quite a few videos on that is no longer passable for the Challenger. I just can't. It's gotten too bad. And then there's two of them that have gotten so bad that I really just avoid them anymore. Can't go down them. I mean, if there's an emergency, for some weird, crazy emergency reason I had to, then I would, but yeah, I know the salt tears the car up and all that too. I agree, but yeah, that's definitely an issue. But the driving part isn't the issue. A lot of people just freaked out. Like, how can you drive that in the snow? Is it possible to drive it in the snow? Or like, I want one really bad, but it snows here sometimes. I won't be able to get to work. It's like, yeah, you will. You'll be fine. And there is the all-wheel drive Challenger too, right? Good point, Firebird Nation. Like, I can definitely not get stranded in it, and I don't know. I haven't been in any huge snows with it, like foot deep snows. I wouldn't do that, but and it has sat in the garage for a couple weeks at a time on a couple different occasions. So it's just like, yep, just not taking it out. We have other cars to drive, so. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up. So we've gone on quite a bit longer than we normally do. A pretty damn good conversation tonight. A lot of interesting stuff, guys. Appreciate you being here. Please keep supporting the channel, guys. I appreciate that so much, and watch the videos and all that good stuff. And thanks for being here. Definitely be back next Sunday night. Hopefully another night between now and then, but we'll see. And thank you, everybody, for all the participation and all the awesome support of the channel. I can't thank you guys enough for that. It's just it never ceases to amaze me how cool all you people are, and everybody else too. All the other people who don't comment or speak too. It's awesome. You guys really appreciate it. Take care, and I'm going to get out of here. And remember, guys, every Sunday night about 7:45 Central Time. So see you next time, and watch the videos in the meantime, guys. Thanks. Appreciate it.